You're standing on a bridge. Below, 5 people are tied to the tracks. A train is rushing toward them. Next to you is a switch. Flip it, and it diverts the train. But it will hit one innocent person on the other track. Do you act with reason or with your heart? Today we're diving into one of the deepest conflicts in human nature: emotions versus logic. Which should you trust more? Which makes you more human? This debate isn't new. In fact, it's ancient. The Greeks divided the soul. Plato said reason should rule, with spirit and appetite under its command. Aristotle agreed, but said emotions have value when moderated by virtue. Fast forward to the Enlightenment, the age of pure reason. Thinkers like Descartes said, "I think, therefore I am." But romantic philosophers pushed back, saying feeling is just as important as thinking. Even today, science and philosophy wrestle with the same question: are we thinking machines that feel, or feeling creatures that think? Logic is the art of structured thought. It's how we reason through problems, avoid contradictions, and build knowledge. It asks, what follows from what? If A, then B. Logic helps us build bridges, land rockets on the moon, and debate complex ideas. But logic is cold. It doesn't care about how you feel. It just tells you what's true or not true. And that's both its power and its limitation. Emotions are chemical, biological, but also deeply human. They help us survive. Fear keeps us safe. Anger defends boundaries. Love builds families and societies. But emotions can also deceive. They cloud judgment, make us impulsive, make us irrational. Still, they're what make life worth living. Who would want a perfectly logical life if it meant no joy? So who wins in real life? In courtrooms we value facts, but juries often sway based on emotion. In love, we say, follow your heart. Yet relationships fail when logic is ignored. In war, strategy is crucial, but fear and pride start conflicts just as often. Example: the train problem. Logic says, save the 5, sacrifice the 1. Emotion says, don't play God, don't choose who dies. Another example: personal finances. Logically, save, invest, skip luxury. Emotionally, treat yourself, YOLO. Yet another example: parenting. Emotion: protect your child from everything. Logic: let them fall, let them learn. The truth is, both logic and emotion shape every choice, often in conflict. Let's defend emotions. Emotions are ancient survival tools. Long before we had language, we had fear, love, jealousy. Emotions help us connect. A purely logical being might make smart decisions, but it wouldn't build a community. It wouldn't care. Emotions give us art, music, sacrifice. They give us meaning. Without emotions, we don't just lose irrationality. We lose compassion. But now, let's defend logic. Emotion is powerful, but it can misfire. Fear can become paranoia. Love can become obsession. Anger can become cruelty. Logic helps us resist manipulation, propaganda, mob mentality. It gives us clarity when emotions overwhelm us. It builds systems, medicine, technology, science, that save lives. Here's where it gets weird. Neuroscience shows you can't really separate logic and emotion. Patients with damage to emotional centers in the brain often struggle with rational decision-making. Why? Because emotions give value to logic. They tell you why something matters. Even when you make a logical choice, emotions are helping guide the outcome. In truth, they're partners. Emotions without logic lead to chaos. Logic without emotion leads to emptiness. The real challenge isn't choosing one, but rather mastering the dance between them. Being human means knowing when to trust your gut and when to step back and think. The goal isn't cold logic. The goal isn't reckless feeling. The goal is wisdom. Now it's your turn. In your life, do you lead with emotion or logic? Comment below. Let's start a real debate. And if you love deep thinking and mind-blowing questions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because here we question everything.